What she said was you'd had a 4-year affair, she said, with you, during which she says that you'd said a graphic and violent text about cannibalism, about rape fantasies, your desire to drink her blood. These messages began to leak out all over the internet across 2 days. Some of them, and I'll read just a few, 3 of them. You just live to obey me and be my slave, you said to her. I will own you as my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Would you come and be my property till you die? If I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession. I'm 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you. It's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. It was that stuff which obviously blew off around America and around the world. Armie Hammer, I'm a cannibal, in your own words.
Right.
Let's first of all address that elephant in the room. Are you a cannibal?
No. You know what you have to do to be a cannibal? You have to have actually eaten someone.
Have you ever eaten any human flesh?
No.
Not a question I thought I'd ever ask them.
Not a question I'd ever thought I'd have to answer, by the way, but no, never.
What do you feel that a large swathe of the public just think Armie Hammer is a cannibal?
If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you. Yeah.
But the reason they would believe it is because you said it.
Sure.
I'm 100% a cannibal.
And I think a lot of these things, these text messages, it's this. This was a very intense affair, very sexually charged between 2 people with very similar proclivities and kinks. And any of those conversations that we had inside of that relationship, when you take them outside of that context and put them into broad daylight, it doesn't look so good. And
we've never seen what she was saying.
Correct.
I have
for
seen,
a very good reason.
Right, I'm going to come to one of the other accusers. I have seen some of the to and fro there, which puts a very different light, actually, on her claims. But in relation to Effie Angelova, I guess, look, there were rape fantasies. Is your position that all of this was just role play? That it may be offensive to people to hear about this and to read about it, but it's kind of BDSM, kinky sex role play. It's not actually meant to be taken seriously as you wanting to rape her or to be a cannibal. Is that your argument about the way all this played out?
It's not only my argument, that's the reality of the situation. Different people have different sexual fantasies. And there's a very broad spectrum of sexuality. And people are allowed to engage with their own sexuality however it fits them and what they do. And if you find a partner who is amenable to these things or even excited about them, in my case, a lot of this I was introduced to by Effie.
Well, it was her idea.
Yeah, quite a bit of it, yeah. She had more experience in this arena than I did.
Who first raised the concept of cannibalism as a role play?
I think that was just sort of like born out of a desire to sort of like, I want you so completely and I want you so totally that it's almost like I want to eat you. But I don't think that's any different than when someone looks at a baby and goes, oh my God, look at those cute little fat legs. I just want to eat you up. Like there's a part of the brain that controls cuteness aggression.
We're not going to have a headline, Armie Hammer, I want to eat babies.
Right, preferably not. But it
was all, from your point of view, this was all fantasy talk.
Sure.
Albeit you were indulging in
and a lot of
it
was all fun fantasy. And it was, and some of it sent while I was sitting in a room by myself, inebriated or whatever, thinking like, I'll say this will be fun to say.
And you were both drinking and taking drugs throughout this period?
I don't want to speak to her, but I certainly was.